It's too bad that this can't just be the Drake May victory party celebration show, because
That's like every
what
loss.
do I know, because what do people care about most? And what's funny is I think we've actually undersold some of his successes relative to expectation on what could be done given the personnel and the situation or the opponents or whatever it is. And I still believe that, like, I think Drake May is being sometimes judged as a veteran in terms of, like, well, he threw that behind and he threw the whatever. 10-year veterans are doing that on a weekly basis. No one's playing perfect games. I think we're so used to Tom Brady here that it's like you are used to some perfect games. And I think, Drake May has you're waiting for that moment, and it was close today, right? Because if he doesn't throw that pick to end the game and marches him down the field when they were given that opportunity, this would have been his statement and his arrival. And Drake May would have probably been the number one storyline in the entire NFL tomorrow if he'd led them down the field. And because you've got Caleb Williams and his kind of whatever, and they beat him last week, and Jaden Daniels and the Kingsbury offense has kind of come
exposed.
Yeah,
Yep.
they lose on Thursday, right?
Has come back down to earth, and all of a sudden, people are like, did we get the best guy in this draft? And I don't think that that's a ridiculous point to make. And I think every time you see Drake May, you're seeing a little more and a little more. And while progress isn't linear, he is getting better each week, to the point that the announcers today were absolutely, I know you guys are at the game, gushing. Like, I can't believe this is the guy we saw
Sanchez.
5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Gushing.
I thought he was Puka Nakua pregame. Just fun story. I saw Mark Sanchez with the bun and everything, and I was like, why is Puka wearing like a jacket? Why isn't he out in uniform? And Mike's like, nope, that's Mark Sanchez.
Gushing over, like, who is this guy? Like, he's doing elite veteran things. And they were gushing over his footwork and his ability to get through his reads and handle pressure and make and again, it's like, it's hard to not watch and you never know what's going to happen in the long term. It's not that difficult to watch this right now and be like, they got him. They got the guy.
I think that's why.
And you could have felt it a couple of weeks ago, but you still see more and more each week. And it's like, I don't know where it's going to end. I keep seeing more from this guy. And I don't want the bubble to burst, but you have to be over the moon if you're a Patriots fan. If you wanted one thing this year, it was, please tell me we drafted the right guy. And honestly, I don't mind if we lose a few games, as long as I see some improvement and get some draft picks next year too. So you're kind of getting it. But now it's like, shit, they could win with this guy and just this guy alone. Like, they could put it on his shoulders and win a few games here. And now you kind of want to see more and more.
I think that's why I come out of every week that Drake Maye plays with the, yeah, okay, it wasn't great, but, well, yeah, but there's this, and yeah, and it's because, yeah, but it looks like you have your freaking quarterback. Yeah. Like, it is the most important position in football, and I like how you mentioned, John, that we're kind of already treating him like a veteran, where he does have some of these erratic throws and things like that. It's not like Tom Brady didn't miss throws when he was playing. Right. It's not like Stafford today didn't miss throws. When you're a gunslinger like that, you're going to make your mistakes. You're going to have your turnovers, and obviously the interception at the end of the game wasn't great. Obviously the strip sack wasn't great, but at the end of the day, the guy threw for 282 yards. He completed 75% of his throws, and he had you in the game with 2 minutes left. And
until a miscommunication.
Exactly. And so, that's why it's, everyone wants to fire Mayo, and everybody wants to, reset this whole thing. It's like, let's just let them build around this guy because he is so good and he is so talented. Yeah, but you finally, I think, have your quarterback of the future. After Tom Brady's gone, you tried Cam Newton, you tried Mac Jones. Those didn't work. Drake Maye's here, and it's pretty exciting.
And the only reason I personally hold Drake Maye to a high standard is because I know he's capable of a lot. This is a guy where when we've been asking him questions, sometimes we'll ask and try to give an out just so the question, we don't sound like assholes, honestly. Where it's like, yeah, but did you see that? No. He will not make excuses. No. He's a lot harder on himself than we are. And that's the only reason I say, okay, I know he can be better. I know he's going to work on this. Because if we critique it and he improves, then we can celebrate him. You know, like what I talked about, the underneath accuracy. I was really worried about it earlier when he started. Now I can say, look at this. He's hitting his guys in stride, even when he's off platform, staying in the pocket, not putting himself in harm's way. Like, obviously, all the little things that he's not doing well still need to be acknowledged because, one, it's like, okay, we know where he still needs to grow. And when we see every single week, like you talk about the footwork, I was looking at last week and I'm thinking, really, because we didn't do our kind of the same Drake Maye breakdown we usually do where I kind of lasered in on, yeah, he's drifting into pressure. Sometimes he's kind of putting himself in the middle of the pocket and then trying to throw it. And it's like, dude, you're going to get clobbered. You got to stop doing that. And you can see he understands and is trying to be better. So I agree. The mistakes, especially when it's a miscommunication, the strip sack, yeah, that's tough. He probably should get it out of his hands. But also, they've almost all come from the blind side, which
he got murdered. Yeah,
right.
And
exactly.
That's
really
just
a tough play.
There. That's a
tough play.
Yeah.
But for most of the game, I'm saying he is excellent. Like, you really have the feeling now that you haven't had since Brady, where when the Patriots have the ball last, you know there's a legitimate shot they have to actually move the ball down the field because of Drake's legs, because of his decision-making, because of his accuracy. So anytime they went on that field, it wasn't like the other games where I'm just like, oh my God, just like get a strip sack or something, just end it, please. Like, I know that Mac or whomever or Bailey isn't about to lead this game-winning drive, but with Drake, it's like, no, they got a good chance because he's got the arm, he's got everything you need. Just going to take some time to get that talent around him where he doesn't have to carry the entire team on his back.